Boy Modesty bringing you another video, and in this video we're going to be talking about the second round, more specifically the Western Conference second round. The teams are set, the first round's complete, and we have the matchups for that second round. So we're going to go over my predictions for the second round. But before we get on to that, I gotta state I did a pretty good job predicting the first round. I predicted the teams that would be advancing correctly, the 4 teams that are advanced to the second round. So I'm pretty happy about that. But we're going to get straight on to talking about the second round and what my thoughts are and what teams I think are going to advance. So let's see if I can do it again. Anyways, so the first matchup, we got Houston against the Utah Jazz. And honestly, I think this is going to be an interesting matchup. I think Utah is coming off a pretty tough series against the Oklahoma City Thunder. They definitely had to fight for that, but I think they did a pretty good job. And considering how Donovan Mitchell's been playing, he's been proving that he deserves to be in this NBA, and he's going to be a superstar in the near future. But he's been playing pretty well. And as I said before in my other video, Rudy Gobert has been pretty good for this team defensively, and he's been proving that. But, you know, Houston is a great team. They did have that 50 quarter outburst against Minnesota in that first round. So I do think Houston has the advantage here. They're just the better team offensively, and you know that this team is hungry. You know, James Harden really wants that ring. He wants to prove that he's one of the best, and I think he's going to push it. I do think this is going to be a pretty interesting series to watch. I think this is probably going to be the series that's going to be a bit more competitive and a lot more interesting. And I ultimately think it's going to go to 6 games with Houston taking the victory. So I think Houston takes this in 6. But it's going to be a pretty interesting matchup, and I really want to see what Donovan Mitchell does in this second round. It's going to be very interesting. He's been breaking some records, but Houston's definitely going to take this one. And now we got the second round with Golden State up against the Pelicans, and this is obviously going to be another interesting matchup. But I think this series actually comes down to if Steph Curry comes back or not. Now, as of right now, when I'm recording this video, he is questionable, but we'll see what happens. I do ultimately think Steph Curry will come back, and I think that he's going to be the key part of this, and I think he will be the part that will give Golden State the advantage to win this series. I actually think this series goes all the way to 7 games. With the way that Drew Holiday's been playing Anthony Davis, as well as Rondo, they've been playing quite well, but I do think Golden State having that motivation to want to get to that next round, and on top of that, that experience of battling and grinding in these playoffs for the past couple of years, I think that's going to be their advantage. And with Steph Curry, you know, he's going to give them some deep range shooting, so I think that's going to help them out as well, you know, to help out guys like Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson. So I think that's really going to help them out. So I do ultimately think Golden State will win this, but it's going to be a tough matchup again. It's definitely going to be a tough one. It's going to be interesting to see how this series goes down, but I think ultimately Golden State takes this in 7 with Steph Curry coming back in Game 2. I don't think he's going to play in Game 1, but he's going to come back in Game 2, and he's going to have a pretty good game. Anyways, that's my thought on the second round. Houston's going to take it, and Golden State. So your number 1 seed up against your number 2 seed in that Western Conference Finals, but we'll see what happens. Let me know what you think, and let me know, do you think my predictions are right? Let me know. Leave a comment down below, and once the Eastern Conference is done, I'll have a video on Monday explaining what I think is going to go down. So let's see what happens. Anyways, folks, it's your boy Modern Speed signing off. Later, everyone.